Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Friends Podcast, man. Thank you so much for
Yes,
joining us.
sir.
If it's your first time, thank you for coming through. We definitely appreciate you for coming through and checking us out today. My name is Matt, and I'm here with my co-host. We actually have two co-hosts now, so I'll go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
We do. Who's the new co-host? Who we got?
Hi, everybody. My name's Jermayne. Back again.
Yeah. So we got the new co-host.
Happy to join. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. So we got Jermaine back in the building. Who else we got in here?
It's Rod, and this is the Friends Podcast. Make sure you check us out. We're streaming everywhere: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our socials: the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at the Friends Pod.
Yes, sir. Check us out, man. Check us out. So let's go ahead and start how we usually start. What's going on with everybody this week? Let's go ahead and start with you, Jermaine. What's going on with you this last 7 days?
I've had a very eventful, less than pleasant week. So I won't even dwell on my week so much, but it's been really interesting because I don't know if anybody else has noticed this. So I'm like very into like astrology and stuff like that. The energy this week has been really weird. And I thought it was just me because my life has been crazy the past week.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen multiple people that I know, like on social media or people I've talked to, who are just like, yeah, there's something weird in the water, especially like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It was something real weird going on. So I'm happy to be past that. I'm hoping for, brighter days next week. But this week is just, man, adulting has been kicking my ass.
Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'm trying to think. What was my Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday like this week? My days was good. My Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was
So it
pretty
just
chill.
skipped you. Man, it was on me.
My water was Fiji.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nah, I was Meyer brand water this week.
Wait, is Mercury in retrograde right now? Is that what it is, possibly?
It's not even that necessarily, but like I'll save you some of the astrology talk, but it's a lot of the planets were just in really interesting placements this past week. Which, yeah, a lot of people were just feeling it. Just a lot of like heavy feelings this week. I don't know.
Okay, let me go ahead and check my CoStar app.
You
Rod,
got it.
I definitely do. Rod, what's been going on with you this past 7 days? You sound like your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was good, but what
Yeah.
about the rest of it?
I would say I don't know, a good week to me is when everything goes as expected. And everything went as expected this week. I got paid, went in every day,
Hey.
been going to the gym a lot more. So I bought like an air purifier. So I'm breathing in real good air. I ain't breathing that dirty shit y'all be breathing. So
Okay.
yeah, my week's been good.
Big flex.
I'm breathing good. So what you been up to?
I mean, shit, man. What I've been doing? I think recently I made some candles. I made my own scent, so that was dope.
Oh.
What was the scent?
Tell me
Black?
more about that.
Let me see if I can find. Oh, there go the card over there. I think I put like some random shit in there. So me and my sister, we had like a sibling outing. So we went to the spot in Birmingham. We made candles.
I've been wanting to go there. The spot on Woodward.
Yep.
Oh,
exactly.
Woodward.
Yep. On
Oh,
Woodward.
okay.
Urban Wick Candle
Yeah.
Company, something like that. So yeah, we ran up in there real quick. I tried to choose some scents. They have like over 90 different oils and different types of scents. So real quick, so what you do is you go in, you smell all the little different samples, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna put this together, put this together, and then they kind of tell you like, oh, this will go good with this. Like they give you a base, and then from there they kind of just let you go. So I think
This your first time making a candle?
Not actually, nah. I made a candle before. Like,
Look at you, Renaissance man.
Like one of my aunties, she like real like crafty and shit like that. So we was always just doing like I knitted a scarf before. Like she would just always have us doing different shit like that. So, but I did that.
Real man.
But anyway, I'm talking too much. Go
Have
ahead.
you burned the candle yet?
Nah, they said you gotta wait 3 days. Unless
okay.
I guess it got a set or something like that.
Keep me posted because I've been wanting to go to that spot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you should. It's a little expensive. Like it's a bag. It's definitely a bag to get out the door. But other than that, what else have been going on? In NBA 2K, I'm about to go to the All-Star game, so that's fire. And I'm gonna be in the dunk contest, so that's dope.
Mm.
Second season of my career.
How tall your person is?
6'10".
Oh, okay.
He's 6'10", 205, 7'5" wingspan. Like he a
Damn.
dog. He definitely a dog. Definitely
So a
not
mini
like
Durant.
yeah, exactly. Something like Durant. So yeah, that's really all that's been going on with me. Gaming. I've been watching TV, making candles, drinking alcohol. Too much alcohol. But yeah, other than that, let's go ahead and get into this first topic, man. Go ahead and intro that rap.
The first topic we got here, Trump says he's going to jail. He about to sit down for a little minute. And it's for, what does it say here? His arrest is imminent. It's apparently to some woman they had sexual encounters with he's also like the former president. And yeah, it seems like the government and the DEA wants him. They did the raid of his house in, what was it,
Mar-a-Lago.
Mar-a-Lago, yep.
Mhm.
So looks like it's finally Trump's time to go to prison. So what do we think about that?
Before we get into it, let me break it down. Because when I heard this, I was like, all right, so what exactly is he possibly going to get indicted for? And so this is what I read when I read it the other day. It was, so I guess sometime in 2006, allegedly Donald Trump had sex with a porn star named Stormy Daniels. While he was married at the time, and so I guess they had relations or whatnot, whatever you want to call it. And allegedly he paid a sizable amount of money. I think it was 300 something K, something like
I
that.
thought I heard 130,000. Either way, stupid
Yeah.
amount of money.
For him, it's not bad.
True. In the grand scheme of things, that is a lot of money. But so that's what he allegedly paid, that amount of money to get her to shut up because he's married, he's in a relationship. He ain't want her to, come out and out him and be like, this nigga been paying me, or this nigga been, having relations with me on the low. And so my first thought was, is this illegal? I don't know if this is illegal or not. I'm not a law professional. So that was kind of my first thought. I would definitely like to see, like, if he did something illegal, then of course hold him accountable. But to me, it just seemed kind of weak. They just really trying to catch him on anything they can try to catch him on at this point.
Yeah, I'm so lost about this story. Like, I really haven't been able to get clarity on what was supposed to be illegal. So her taking hush money or him giving out hush money is what's supposed to be illegal?
Yeah, that's what they're saying, which I don't know.
I think what's more interesting is the response that he posted to his, social media platform about like trying to rally up other people about like, hey, they're trying to take, the country back from us. It's like, what does you paying hush money to a porn star have to do with the rest of the nation? Like,
Right.
How are the two things related? I'm so lost. He's the master of spin, that's for sure.
No, he definitely is, and that's the thing though, is that because I was talking about this yesterday, and my friend was making a point like, this is really gonna make a lot of people mad. Like, despite if he did it, what he did, how long ago he did it, like this really will embolden people to do things. Like you said, he making posts already trying to tell people like, hey, they're trying to take our country. Like this is a witch hunt. All that type of shit. And so, to me, I feel like that's worse to me. Like the effect of that versus like him going to jail. Like,
So you think it's a witch hunt though, right?
No,
Is that, you don't?
I don't.
I think the charge that he's could possibly go into jail for is a little bit of a witch hunt, because it's like, how many people who are congressmen and rich people in the world who are paying for people to have sex? That does seem like a bit of a witch hunt to just go for him for that reason. I can understand if it was something more serious, stealing documents from the White House, starting the riot. Those type of charges, like, I would want to see him go down for. But for paying a porn star for sex, that's her profession. I don't. That does seem like a witch hunt to me.
Yeah, I feel, and I hate to almost sound like I'm standing with him, with Trump on this one, but it's like, I'm very confused as to what the actual crime is for this one. Like, I can't seem to figure out what he did that was criminal or so unusual. If they do lock him up, that's going to be interesting, because his people have been on go. Like, he has had the most insane supporters since, he started his campaign however many years ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So if he just gives them another reason to be upset, it makes me actually a little bit worried, because the January 6th situation, that's something I never would have thought in a million years. Like, white people destroying the nation's capital. Who would have ever thought that would have happened? So if they lock this man up, I don't know what we can expect. I saw this interesting bumper sticker a couple days ago. I was driving and I saw somebody with a Trump bumper sticker. And on the opposite end of the Trump bumper sticker, it was a bumper sticker for a organization that's all about like helping people with developmental delays and disabilities. And I was like, huh? How can you support both things? How can you support Trump and support a cause for people with special needs? Like, did we all forget about when he was clowning the, dude in the media who had special needs? Like, he's clowned special needs people before. So I saw that to say, like, his supporters just don't even have logical arguments a lot of the times. So if he gets locked up, it doesn't even matter what the charge is. They're going to go crazy. And I want to be as far away from any of that as possible.
No, for sure. And I say this all the time. Like, you really can't try to make sense of what illogical people think or like their ideologies. You can't try to make sense of it because it is illogical. It's irrational. And so for somebody to have them two bumper stick, like, that don't even make sense. It's not even the same wheelhouse, like Trump and, people that's autistic or cerebral palsy, things like that. That's
As the average person, though,
Mm-hmm.
I would have never known that Trump. I didn't know Trump talked about someone who has special needs. I didn't know that.
There's a video.
And I'm guessing that person didn't know either. I mean, but if you're not always checking up on everything Trump is doing wrong, then you wouldn't see it.
Nigga, I know everything Future has done in his life. If you like somebody that much, like, you should. No, not seriously. I really don't. But I'm just saying, like, if you really like a fan of somebody, you should know everything that they've ever, not everything that they ever done, but you should know the good, the bad, and the ugly. I feel like,
I don't know that much about Biden either.
I don't know shit about him. He said,
I don't know anything that much about other presidents, so I don't know. It seemed fair to me.
But then again, like, are you a Biden supporter where you would have like a bump sticker of him? Like, probably not. Like, once I see a bump sticker, I'm like, you are committed to this person. You know how hard it is to take off a bumper sticker? I would never put a bumper sticker of anything in my car. I can't commit to how I'm going to feel about something in 5 years, 10 years. I used to see those people with those George W. Bush stickers for the longest time. And I was like, damn, how do you feel about that today? You've had that bumper sticker for a good 10 years.
and then I done seen people with Reagan stickers. Like, that was 84.
Yeah.
Like, why you still got that? You know what I mean? That nigga dead. I think he dead, right? Like, he dead. So, like, what's the point? I do want to ask this question to y'all, though. So, who has the worst fan base? MAGA or the Barbs? I feel like I don't know.
Well, I was gonna add in one more. I was gonna say the Beehive.
I ain't want to take it there.
I would probably say I might be more irritated of the Beehive than any of the other stan groups, personally.
I'm a little offended as a part of the Beehive and the Barbs.
No, okay. Well,
Like,
you're not one of them.
It's not like that. I don't know. Like the Proud Boys out in MAGA, that's way worse.
I found out one of my coworkers is a Proud Boy. I don't know what to do about it, though.
How'd you find that out?
Through the grapevine. So it was hearsay, so it might not be true, but it's still kind of like, I feel the vibes, though.
How does he interact with you?
I never spoke to him in my life.
Well, and it sounds like that's a good case for him to be in the Proud Boys.
Exactly. And I stood next to him one day, like, just to see like how he was going to like react. Like, it was during the meeting. And I was like, I just wanted to see, like, was he going to like twitch or something, like do something like, oh, there's a black man next to me. Like, what are the types of things? But I don't know. What would y'all do in that situation if y'all found out like somebody is like vehemently racist next to you?
Yeah. The thing is, like, I definitely had that working in New York. There was a lot of people who were openly racist.
Wow.
And I always would go into work and I see Go Brandon stickers. It'll be like on work documents, like when you sign in, it was like Go Brandon.
That's crazy.
So I don't know. It didn't bother me too much. I actually liked the fact that it was open in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'd rather you like do your job though, and like be okay with working. Like at least you can work with these people, and you can work with everyone around you and things of that nature. But when it starts to get a little bit past that, like after work, you start doing names and things like that. But I don't think there's no problem with showing support for who you show support for. Like so what? As long as like it doesn't cross that line.
But do you have to shit on somebody else to support somebody else? Like, do you have to say "Let's go, Brandon" to say "I love Trump"? You don't really necessarily have to do that, right? I mean, we said "fuck Donald Trump." YG said "fuck Donald Trump," but he was in the office at the time, so like that's
A
what it
bunch of
was.
rappers say fuck the cops and all that stuff. So
Right, right. But that's because they, yeah, no, that is true. That's true.
and we say it's cool then, but now we're gonna be like, oh, in the other case, when we not liking it, that's trash. Like
It's one of those hypocritical things that I hate. Like, I like to do it, but I hate when other people do it. Jermaine, I do want to ask you. So, what would you do, like, if you found out one of your coworkers was like, one of them,
Like a confirmed racist.
hmm
You know, I hate to say it, but like, if it doesn't affect me personally, I might just let you rock. Like, there's not really much that I can do to stop you. As long as you aren't treating me any differently, if that means you stay your way, I gotta stay my way, then cool, let's do that. Um, I also feel like there's an interesting line between like racism and you just haven't been exposed to anything else. Like, I
hmm
think a lot of white people live in a world where, like, I don't even just white people, like, I think it exists for all groups of people where like you can live and just not be exposed to other groups of people. And so sometimes you got to let people be exposed to you and then let them feel how they want to feel. I remember back in college, I met this dude. We had class together. I like didn't really know him, but like, we worked together on some projects or whatever. And one day he got super drunk, and it was a football Saturday, and he got really drunk, and we ran into each other out. And he was like, "Yo, like, you're the only Black person I've ever like talked to." He was from like the UP, and he
Yes, yep.
legitimately was like, "I've never like really talked to another Black person besides you." And he was like, "Can I just ask you about like being Black?" And so he asked me all these questions that I know some people might consider racist, but they were really because he just didn't know. Like,
how old was
just
he? Estimate.
this was freshman year, so he was 18, 19.
Did you ask him why he never talked to anybody Black except for you?
I
From
did
the UP.
ask, and he said, yeah, he was from the UP, and the only Black people he ever like been around were like his church had like some like African refugees, but that was like it. And so,
Okay, so he didn't consider them for real.
nah, if somebody like him was racist, then it's like, yo, I can't even be mad at you because you just don't know. You just haven't been exposed.
What were the
So,
questions though? Or any of them?
like, you know, like, what was your family like? Like, did you have both your parents? Like, what was your family structure? What did your parents do for work? Like, just like stuff that I could totally see why somebody else was like, oh, that's racist. But I got it. I'm like, you just don't know. So I'm going to like give you some grace and appreciate that you're trying to learn. I feel like some of those Proud Boys and people like that, like, I'm not trying to make any excuses for them, but I think you definitely
It's one
have
of your
some
family
those people.
members married to your cousin. Do you like mayonnaise on your sandwich? Do you use capers?
The capers. Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire. I think that's my philosophy.
Hey.
Sometimes, Jermaine, I wonder if you remember this because this what you said just popped something in my head. It was me and you. We was outside of PTO O'Malley's, and I think we was waiting to get in. We might have, I don't know, I might have been smoking a black and mild or something. And this white dude came up to me. He was like, he listened to Kendrick Lamar, and I think a Kendrick Lamar song had just dropped. And he was like, "Hey, we had just been talking about Kendrick Lamar." And he was like, "Dude, like, what does jigaboo mean?" And I was I don't know if you remember that, but I was very conflicted in that moment because I don't know how to respond to that because it was a real question, like you said, like it's a real question.
Like, some of them aren't even racist. They literally just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you gotta you gotta be able to know the difference between like, hey, this person is teachable. Let me try to be patient with them and teach them versus like, nah, they're a lost cause. They don't know and they don't want to know.
So what did you say? What is it, Jigaboo?
I think I told him, like, don't say that. Like, that's a.
I feel like that's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah, like, don't say that no more. Like, don't say that to nobody. Like,
Yeah, don't ever ask that again.
But I feel like that has to be the hard part of being an artist like a Drake or a Cole or a Kendrick, where you have such a big influence, you have such a big fan base, and you realize like, yo, my music is being listened to a lot of people who don't look like me. And they're just going to repeat back the lyrics and have no idea what they're talking about.
and see, that was the problem with what's shorty name for Chicago? Damn, I can't remember her name. Damn, I wish I could remember. But she had that same problem because she was like, a lot of white people come to my shows and they be singing these songs, and I'm just not gonna perform no more. Like, fuck my music career.
Shoot, that would be
not gonna do it.
me.
Yeah, so it's like, I understand where they're coming from, but it do be valid questions sometimes. I guess it's just up to us. Like, do we want to? Because we're not supposed to always be the teachers. Like, we not. That's a deep responsibility to always have to be the educator on blackness. You know what I mean? So.
And for like other groups too, is not to give them a pass, but you don't know who wants to be an educator. Like, I might be cool at answering that question for you. I might be cool trying to educate you, but you know, somebody else has a right to be like, no, I don't want to explain what this means or what that means. Like, it's messy.
Very messy, very layered. Let's go ahead and get up off of that one. Let's get into this next topic that we got for you folks today. Let's talk about. Yeah, this shit was kind of crazy, and I've been talking about this past week. I guess it might be some like alien UFOs in our solar system. That's
Pentagon
crazy.
said-
Take me away. Beat me up. Get me out of here.
So y'all would go? Would y'all go if they sent the beam down? Like, y'all would go?
Shoot, why not at this point?
I mean, if they was like, all right, we gonna put you up, like, we got you over there in planet blah blah blah, whatever the fuck they planet called, like, y'all gonna go?
As long as I can come back.
I mean, how much worse could it be than this? Like, we got global warming, we got racism, we got inflation.
It could be a lot worse though.
How much worse could it be, to be honest, from what you just named?
If there was some beings and stuff that were just like, and animals and different things in different country and like different world, like they would still like have like dinosaurs and things of that nature.
That would be dope. I would love to see a little dinosaur.
Nah, don't take me there.
No.
Or if there's like, like
What
I
was
don't know.
that show? Did you guys ever watch, what was it, Land Before Time growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. Jurassic Park, no sir, no ma'am, I'm good on that.
Because I just feel like we just assume like it probably would be similar or better.
I just think if they had the technology to come here and beam us up, then that must mean that they're superior to us. So I want to be in the superior planet. Like, if we had the ability to capture aliens, we would have been caught some. We just aren't that
I don't know. I feel like
superior.
they would just use me to just examine me. Like, I feel like the first few people they'll probably be picking you apart, like just poking you, pulling your hair, like grabbing all your body parts. Just I feel like a rat, like a lap rat in a sense. Like, I don't know.
I bet they low-key have been like taking us for a while. You know, every now and then you hear about, like, you guys ever watch Unsolved Mysteries? You know, they have those people who like just go missing without a trace. And like, I'm sure, yes, some of them something negative happened to. But also, like, couldn't some of them just have been like, yo, an alien abducted me and like, I'm out?
It's possible. And I feel like if they do take you, you can't come back. Like, there's no, you can't get contact. Because, I mean, if they could hit us up on Twitter or something, they would have been did that. You know what I mean? So they can't contact us. So it's possible. Like, maybe people
I don't know.
disappearing
We've been
like-
having a lot of rappers who've been telling us I'm an alien. So maybe we gotta start listening to them. Lil Wayne say he's an alien.
Right.
Uzi say he's an alien.
Minute. Yeah.
No, they just high.
Yeah.
They just too high. That's really what that is. I mean, I don't know. Like, could rappers be? I think we had this conversation on this podcast before. Like, if anybody was an alien, I think I said like Kris Jenner, or somebody said Kris Jenner. I can't remember. But let's revamp that right
What
quick.
about Caitlyn? Caitlyn might be alien.
Don't do that. No, we not doing.
How you go from an Olympic star to America's favorite woman?
Okay, cut. I mean, okay. Other than the Kardashian family, and who else could be an alien? Like, I think I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to say athletes, but I don't want to say that. Like maybe like I don't know who real weird. I don't know. Like maybe
Kanye. I can see him being an alien.
Kanye. I was gonna say Childish Gambino because he's just a strange being.
We got any white men who might be aliens, or is it
I was about to say, yeah, we got a lot of black aliens. We just was do
I
the same thing.
don't be knowing white people business like that, so I don't even know. Who white in the alien? I was gonna say Keanu Reeves, but I don't
Who
know.
looked like it? I'm gonna say Jeff Bezos.
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg. He might be an alien for real.
That's a good choice.
Yeah,
He do be pale.
exactly. Just moving like a robot. Like yeah, maybe he a robot. He might not be an alien. But other than that, though, yeah. So this is what's going on. So they found something called Wama. Is Oumua. I think is Wumama or something like that. And so they found it and they named it. So it's an object that was flying around somewhere in the solar system. It passed the Earth. It passed the Sun. And that's what's going on. And it's really interesting that we getting this news right after these Chinese spy balloons was up there.
So, do you think it's a matter of like they're just letting us have more insight, and we're just having more conversation about the possibility of there being, UFOs and other forms of life, or like I don't know. Like I think it's interesting that this is a conversation that's happening more and more now. Like, are the aliens really just trying to come mess with us now, or have they always been trying to interact with us, but we've been protected from it?
To me, what I think honestly, I don't even really know if aliens exist. Like I go back and forth on it, so I don't think it's anything. But if they did find this object,
You
I
don't
think
believe
there
in
is
aliens?
something. I don't know if I do, but I don't know if they're. But if the object is there, we didn't put it there.
But the
So
Pentagon
like,
told you. You don't think they're
man,
telling you the truth?
when the last time they told the truth? You know what I mean? Like that motherfucker be lying all day.
So
Now,
you one of them dudes who wear the aluminum foil on their head,
no,
saying,
no, not necessarily. But I'm just saying I don't. I'm saying that it has to be something that's out there that put this. I don't know if it's an asteroid. I don't know if it's actually a UFO or whatever. But so yeah, maybe the aliens could be coming to try to get us. I'm really not sure, to be honest. And if they are, I'm with it. I'm down.
Yeah, they might see this global warming and be like, yo, let's try to get them out of here. That's why if they came, I would rock with them.
Now let me ask y'all this: would it? Because you just said like, oh, like, they gonna try to save us, and they gonna try to get us out of here. But you assume that they gonna have good intentions. You feel like that's what they would have if they came?
I do. So I used to have this theory as a kid, which I kind of forgot about until this exact moment. But I used to have this theory that like our lives were meant to be entertainment for other people.
Okay.
Like for aliens, like they watch us on TV. Like this is a show to them. Is like we're all reality TV, and they just watch us.
I think that's an interesting theory. Like, what based on what though? You just thought that? You just felt that?
Yeah, because otherwise, like, what's the point of our existence? Like, not everybody's going to be MLK. Everybody's going to be Gandhi. Like, we're not all going to change the world. So, what is the point of our existence? And so I thought, well, maybe the point of our existence is to be entertainment for beings that are more superior.
It's these damn Ring cameras. The Ring cameras. They got everybody on tape. It's the aliens watching this. I don't know.
Yep. And like they're just so smart that they can see like I'm somebody's reality show and they just watch me all the time. And then sometimes they're like, yo, let's change the channel. Let's watch Matt. Let's watch Rod.
My life not interesting enough, to be honest. I don't be doing shit. Just sit here to play 2K.
I think an alien could be the TikTok CEO, Xiaozi, because they've been saying they've been looking at all the kids' data and
Hey, there you go.
stealing information. They start. I don't know. It could be he could be alien.
His response to me was so funny. Just being like, no, my kids don't watch. They don't look at TikTok. They don't have TikTok. It's only our dumbasses that I feel like 6-year-olds need TikTok.
That's a great segue. So let's get into that right quick. So TikTok CEO, he admitted that he doesn't allow his kids to watch TikTok, get on there, do anything on there.
What?
And so it's like, and I think I've heard other CEOs say this. I want to say I heard either
Mm-hmm.
maybe like Mark Zuckerberg say it or somebody say like, I don't, or maybe like a Facebook like board member or something saying, I don't allow my kids to get on Facebook or get on social media. I just think it's interesting that you have this company and you don't allow, like, it's not for kids. Are they saying it's not for kids, or are they saying it's not safe for human consumption at all? That's kind of my question on it.
He started off saying kids. In the clip, he said that in other countries they have protections that prevent kids from accessing TikTok, or that they have additional barriers in terms of what they can and can't see.
Yeah, he says kids under 13 years of age, they have a different version of TikTok. It's a more youth friendly. And then he also goes into parents should be monitoring their kids and deciding and understand what the kid is looking at. So I understand what he's trying to say, but it's also you are the developer and creator of this app. And if you understand that something is going wrong, it's the same thing with Facebook. You should be putting precautions in there if you know it damages kids' brains and they're not growing properly and their brain functionality is growing properly. Like TikTok and all these social medias are fucking it up.
And what's interesting is like there are a lot of things, even outside of TikTok, there are a lot of things that we don't allow kids to do because we recognize they're not good for kids. But if they're not good for kids, it's not good for me either. Like, if there's a version of TikTok that's meant for people under 13 and has more protections, like, give me that as an adult. Like, I get on TikTok and the time will just pass away. And I'm like, man, it's been an hour that I've been watching nothing of value. Like, yo, let me set some protections for myself.
Oh, so you do have TikTok?
I do. And I like TikTok. I can't even lie. I enjoy TikTok.
It's hilarious. It's so funny. Like, it really is. I watch TikTok. I don't have TikTok. We have a Friends podcast TikTok. Go follow that at the Friends Pod. Go take a look at that. But
Make sure you do that.
no, for sure. But I do love getting on YouTube and watching TikTok compilations because it's just funny. Like, it's a good. I like to laugh. And so I think that's okay. But I do spend a lot of time watching those. And I think that's the danger of it. Like, okay, you can have a kid's version, but at the same time, does it have a time limit on it? Does it have, things like that so kids don't spend all damn day after they get home from school and look at it? You know what I mean? I think that's the dangerous part.
And just controls over what you do and don't see. Like, I have seen some people on TikTok will post like tutorials about like how you can control like what you do and don't see, but it's not very intuitive. And me, even as a whole ass adult, like, I see things on TikTok that I honestly feel like I shouldn't be exposed to. Like, stuff that I'm like, my brain does not need to house that. So if I feel that way as an adult, I'm sure there are 13-year-olds, 10-year-olds who see a lot of stuff that they don't need to have in their brain.
And when I think about it, when I was a teen, I was more clever than my parents at technology. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like them trying to put like limits on my social media, I would have found a workaround somehow.
For sure.
Cause yeah, they wasn't stopping nothing. If I want to go see something or go watch some porn, I'm gonna go do that.
One thousand
Like it don't matter
percent.
if you got the precautions, you're gonna figure it out to do it. So
Right? You
I
can't
don't
stop me.
exactly as a kid, like you just take that as a challenge.
Exactly. You just get smarter and more creative.
Hmm. Now, okay, if y'all had kids, would y'all let them get on TikTok?
Hell no.
No.
Mm-mm.
I guess I understand. I probably wouldn't either. I feel like if I had kids, like, I'm not letting them have no social media, no phones. They not eating no McDonald's. Like, it's gonna be a bunch of shit
Same.
Until
My
what
kids will
age?
be raised so strict.
until they can go buy it themselves. Like, I don't even eat McDonald's. Like, I'm not about
They're
to.
not even gonna like you for real. Like you're gonna
So
piss them off.
that's not what kids are for. Kids not they like me. Like, no, you're raising the best adult you can. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it, they like me or not.
I think with TikTok, and I don't want to get too political per se, but you just see stuff on there that is like just things that you would not have even thought. And then I think it's just when you're young and impressionable and like you're still learning things for yourself, you're still shaping your world image yourself. Like you should do that from your own headspace, not like because you saw it on TikTok and it made you realize like X, Y, and Z was an option or X, Y, and Z was cool.
No, that is true, and then that's the thing that stands out to me the most is like impressionable. Like you can't be showing people this. Like, and as you said, as adults, we're impressionable too. Like we really big kids, until we
Mm-hmm.
turn like 45, 50. Like then we're gonna be, adults. But
Yeah. As an example, I see a lot of things on TikTok about like polyamorous relationships. And like I'm grown enough to know like yeah, that's not something I would ever do. But if you're a kid, you might see that and be like, "Yo, that's the wave. Like these people seem happy, so that's what I'm going to do." Or um I've been seeing a lot of things on TikTok. It's weird. I'll see like one end of TikTok, then I'll see the other. So I've been seeing a lot of people who are like, "Yo, don't have kids. I'm child be free by choice. And here are the reasons why having kids sucks and da 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 da." And if I was younger and hadn't made up my mind about that, then I might be influenced by those people. Like it, what happens on TikTok since you don't like have one, I'll I'll let you know. It's like you see the same topics over and over and over again. So it's not like you see one video and you're like, oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about it that way. You'll see tens of the videos on the same topic. So you end up like really absorbing that information and you're like, yo, I guess that's what other
You
people
don't
are
think that's
on.
just like everyone sees different feed depending on what they search up or what they look at?
Yeah, so everybody sees different feeds, but the weirdest thing is like it's not really based um obviously their algorithm is based on things that you like and things you consume, but if I consume stuff just based on things that are interesting to me, I get opinions that I don't necessarily agree with. And it almost feels like it's trying to change my opinion. So for example, on the kids thing, I see a lot of content around that. I never liked a video of somebody saying they didn't want to have kids, but I was curious about what they were saying. So I watched enough of their videos that now that's all I get
mm,
is why you shouldn't have kids.
so it don't even show you the other side and just show you like that
Nope,
side.
no balance.
You think does that persuade you to, or does it do anything for you as an adult? Like, does it change or sway your decisions? Or, because for a kid it may, but for you
Yeah.
it's probably different.
As an adult, it doesn't sway my opinion, and more so it gets annoying. It's like, why am I seeing so many people with the same opinion? But if I was, let's say, 17, then I would think, oh, this is what everybody thinks. This is how everybody's life looks. So I should make choices off of that.
I do think it would be good if they were like, okay, we're gonna show you 10 videos, but it's gonna be from different angles. We're gonna show you this standpoint, this standpoint, this standpoint. But yeah, that's confirmation bias at that point when you're getting, the same different. Cause then you're like, oh, this is what I already thought. Now this is facts because I done seen 10 videos of people talking about it, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
So
So
Mm-hmm.
what should TikTok do about it, or should they do anything about it? Is it a problem that he doesn't allow his kids and he parents his kids, not like everyone else, I guess? Or
see now you just said something interesting. He parents his kids, right? And that's a different debate though. Like, people say it's like, oh, like because you just said right, like you gonna do whatever the fuck you want to do regardless. But I mean, some of the onus should be put on the parents because, like, yeah, the parents should control what their kids are seeing and control their life, like up until 18. But at the same time, kids are gonna do what they want to do. So, what can TikTok really do other than have that safe filter for kids? And
yeah, and I think
you
the
know,
next generation is going to be a lot different, because our generation actually knows technology now, and we can figure out workarounds and things like that. So it's like I don't think our kids would be able to like trick us like we was to our parents. Be like, oh yeah, I'm not really on it. Where we could just probably pick up an incognito page and everything. But yeah, today I think will be more like our generation will understand. Like, oh yeah, we know what you're doing.
I
Like
remember the days before
if you really
incognito.
parenting. Oh
I
yeah.
remember before incognito, you had to goddamn Delete your history. So incognito, that shit was revolutionary.
Man.
Oh my god. But no, I think you make a good point there. I think, it just is what it is at this point. Like some things is like it's already too far gone. It's like, all right, well, this is already in the atmosphere at this point. So it's like,
And another thing, just thinking about that, the incognito page.
yeah.
When I was just thinking about this. When I was a kid, around my age, if your computer got a virus,
Oh my god.
you knew like sometimes like I remember my pops like he came down like, what's wrong with this computer? I don't know. like I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Like it's been running a little slow. Like I had the LimeWire and everything downloaded. So
just going crazy on LimeWire. Going stupid. That's funny as hell. But
Man, R.I.P. to the days of free music.
no, you can still get it for free. You definitely can. Shit. And just type in what you want to hear. Ari Lennox MP3. You're gonna find what you need to find. But all right, let's go ahead and get into this next topic. Maybe this might be the last one because we've been chatting for a good little amount here. So let's get into this last topic.
So I'm curious what you think about this. So I saw this guy on TikTok talking about how his friendships with women, allowed him to see how men fumble the bag in relationships. But I'm curious in your perspective, like, do you feel like that's the case? Like, do your relationships with women, your friendships with women allow you to see where men mess up? Or are you like, nah, I get why he did that?
do they gain anything from that knowledge?
Women
The
or
dude,
the men?
the man.
I don't know. You guys tell me.
It depends though, because I feel like if you're getting good intel, because the way I take it, like, oh, he has a lot of women friends now, and they tell him like, oh, this nigga be doing this nigga be doing that, so they learn what not to do.
It's always stupid shit that's obvious though. Like when I hear it, I'm just like,
You think so?
I would never do that anyway. Like, yeah, when my female friends we talk and they tell me about how their dudes fuck up, I just be like, duh. I'd be like, man, like why he moving like that? Like
that nigga been gone for 5 days, no calls, phone. Obviously.
Yeah. Or there's just a condom wrapper just sitting on the bed. Just like,
right.
Why would you leave it there, bro? Like, you ain't got no respect.
Don't use a condom. How about that? No, but
it'd be obvious stuff. It'd be like, yeah, I guess. It's like that's why I'm like, did he really get any information from knowing how dudes fuck up? Is he trying to hit on them? It's just.
And his exact words were that, like, he sees how their dudes like fumble the bag. But I also think like, well, if it was really the bag, like, I don't know. If it was
one fumble, if it's a real bag.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. If it was a real bag, I don't think these dudes would have fumbled.
That's an interesting perspective, though. Jermayne talking spicy now. She said, so these women ain't.
Hey,
they ain't worth. They ain't the bag.
I don't know him or his friends. I'm just saying. I think if they were really the bag, he wouldn't be thinking about all these dudes fumbled the bag. Like I think the dudes would feel incentivized to like be on their P's and Q's.
Is that true? Because I feel like, you know how many niggas be like, oh man, the one that got away, like, oh, I done lost a good one. I should stop fucking around. What Jay-Z said, I was just fucking them hoes. I was gonna get right back. Like talking about Beyonce. Like, talking about Beyonce. That's not a bar. That's not a bar. That's not a bar. So it's like, yeah, you could say like, oh, they fumbling the bag, or if it really was a bag, he wouldn't fumble it. But niggas would just be fucking up, because they don't have that knowledge. And you got to also consider that a lot of people haven't seen good examples of relationships throughout their life, and so they don't really know how to treat a woman, or sometimes women don't know how to treat a man, in the way that they need to be treated. So I won't necessarily say that they not worth it.
I guess when I read what he was saying, my thought was like, you don't know it from the other dude's side of things. Mm-hmm. Like you can obviously hear from your female friend, like what her experience was with this guy, why she feels like he messed up. But you don't know, like a friendship relationship is different than a romantic relationship.
It's two sides.
True. That's so
While
true.
she could be a cool ass friend, you just don't know. Like maybe in terms of relationships, like she was not actually a good partner.
Foul.
Maybe she, maybe like how she showed up in that relationship is not what that other dude was looking, and he doesn't see it as he fumbled a bag. He sees it as like, yo, I dodged a bullet.
Maybe she snored real loud. Like that's possible.
Cause I'd imagine like the dude, he'd probably be like, why is she telling all our business like that? Why don't you just talk to me? I'd probably be like,
yeah.
Like, why you telling dudes and shit? It's just like, man, relax with that shit, man. Like,
True.
She moving kind of crazy a little bit. Like, I don't know if it's your relationship. To me personally, I want you to keep that in house. Like, if you got something to say, like, you say it only to me. Like, if it's about us, don't go around start asking questions to other people about
Very
how
true.
things should go. Like, I'm not really with that. Like, I hate when women tell me, "Oh yeah," like, of course they do it for me. Like, they come to me, I'd be like, and even then I'd be like, ugh, I feel a little weird about it.
I don't want to hear that.
Cause I don't want to give
when
advice.
I see that nigga. But what about when you see that nigga? It'd be like, damn, that nigga really was like, that nigga got dirty ass drawers. Like, she told me that. But I feel like it's a communication thing. People don't know how to communicate, and I feel like sometimes the most hardest person to communicate with is your partner. I guess sometimes, because it's like it's a different type of relationship between your friends. Like that's somebody that you want to spend your life with, and so maybe that's why they not comfortable talking with their dude about it. Like, let me just talk to my homeboy and tell him all the fuck shit he be doing. You gotta have good communication, I think. Do dudes fumble the bag? Definitely. I done seen it. I done seen that shit personally, like being corny, being over aggressive, being just lame, coming on too strong. Like it happens. But I feel like women might fumble the bag too, though. Sometimes. Let's talk about that.
What they do?
Women.
Oh, that's what I want to get to.
Let's talk about women fumbling the
bag. I feel like that's one of those things when they got like a bunch of at-home problems or like going through stuff or finances. Like, I think
that's
you need to like work that out like yourself, and then like I don't know. It's just like it's not something I want to take on.
You're not gonna help her?
No. If they got kids or anything like that, or they like going through stuff like that. It depends how long I knew the person. If I knew them a while, maybe.
So then, what would you say to a female friend who she's telling you about a situation with the dude, and you realize, and she's like, "Yo, he messed up. He lost me. Da 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 da. He lost a good one."
You know what I do? Like I just send money and be like, "Yo, go get yourself a bottle and relax or a drink," and like. I don't know. That's my thing. Like I just see my female friends' money, be like, "Yo, just go chill." And
but what if as she's telling you this story, you realize like, nah, it was you who fumbled. Like, yo, he's a good dude. You're the one who messed up. Like, do you feel like you can say that to someone? And how do you feel like it'll be received?
That's a good question. Do I feel like I could say that to someone? Yeah. Do I think it'll be well received? No. Because people don't, and it's not even just women specific, but people don't like to hear about themselves. And but then I feel like if it's somebody that I actually knew very well, then it's like, I know you though. Like I know you fucked up, but I don't think I would come right out and say it. But then also that comes out to communication. Like sometimes you gotta ruffle feathers, in order for people to grow. Like sometimes I might have to tell Shorty, like, hey, but you know what the thing is? You said something that I'm not gonna do. I'm not vouching for no other niggas that I don't, that I can't really speak to. So I can't be like, oh no, that's a good dude. Like I'm not saying that, but I might be like, yo, like honestly, you really didn't have to snap on him like that, or you really didn't. Like he was, like but I'm not vouching for niggas. I might tell her about herself though.
But you're more likely to speak about the woman's own behavior.
I'm an honest person. So I'm gonna say how I really think. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think you should have did that. But hey, you did. So you lit, huh? Like that's how we moving out here. Like I don't know. It's like it is what it is. Like I'm still like siding with her at the end of the day. But I'm like, yeah, like that's, we doing that. Like we going crazy.
That's how it is though. Because you might say something. You might say something and it be like, nah, like you're not on my side no more. But it's like it's not that. It's like I'm trying to keep it 1,000. So, Rod,
Yeah.
you think it would be well received if you said some shit like that?
Only thing I can really do is just say my opinion and leave it at that. What they decide to do with the information is up to them.
Yeah,
You only asked me for my opinion anyway, so I think my job's done.
this is true. This is true. What about friends of the same sex? Because I know a lot of women be like, "Yo, y'all got to start holding these other dudes accountable. Like, you got to start doing that." Like, I feel like I would do that before I told a woman about herself. I'm telling my homeboy about himself first. You know what I mean?
Well, the reason why I asked the question is I think what's interesting about it is like as a woman, it's hard to give, quite honestly, it's hard to give other women objective advice. Like I feel like a lot of times if you give a female friend advice, the response is like, yeah, but would you do the same thing? Or like, but your situation, you da 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 da. Or well, you don't have this or you don't have that. Like it's really, leads into being defensive first before being like, yo, that person's trying to help me. So I don't know if it's different with dudes, but I feel like women like kind of lean towards defensiveness first before being like, yo, this other woman is actually like trying to help me. She's trying to give me good advice.
Rod, do you feel that same way? Like about if you
Yeah,
told your homeboy?
that could be true. I think I agree with Jermaine on that. Dudes probably would get defensive first because it hits their ego. So I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think women are more likely to take advice from a male friend than a female friend when it comes to relationships.
I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to relationships, dudes normally act differently around their girl than their homies. So they're more to tell them about more what's going on with them and how they feeling or their day to day. You have more of the information. So, but with your homies, you're not really divulging everything like that.
No.
So I think dudes are more closer with their whoever they're talking to than their male homies like that. That's like we're not talking to our homies real deep. Like it's really like baseline level. It's either she fucking up or she doing good. Like it's not. It's really no real in between here.
Nigga don't be wanting to hear that shit. I don't. I don't be wanting to hear that. Why do we do that though? I don't really understand why. Like we don't like the homeboys. We don't really be open with each other like that. We don't do mental health check-ins. Like I feel like women do mental health check-ins and like they be doing shit like, "How are you doing today?" Like no, for real. Like how you doing? Like they really do shit like that. We don't really do that, to be honest. And I don't know why that is. I think it might be because some men are taught not to be emotional or outwardly emotional, so we can't really express
They ain't
ourselves in
got a
that way.
balanced home. Maybe they ain't got the mother and the father, so they don't know how to display emotions
That's
from
possible.
both sides. Maybe.
I think both of those things are true. And I also think it's like an instinctual thing. If you go back to when we were hunter gatherers and all that type of stuff, like you couldn't tell another man that you're competing with for resources that like, yo, I'm feeling weak in some way. I'm feeling insufficient in some way. I feel like we just like carried that on for all these thousands of years. Like, nah, I gotta be strong. I gotta be 100% on point because this person might be trying to come for my food.
Don't let them see you sweat, because if they do, they gonna take advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real, but like we got computers now and shit. Like nigga need to let that shit go. Like,
Computers and jobs and homes
yeah,
and
like come on now.
infrastructure.
Yeah. I do want to. It's funny that you said infrastructure, because something I was gonna say earlier. I think maybe Ryan said it was like these kids. They be that like they real tech savvy, but like who gonna build the houses? Like who like ain't no kid plumbers. You know what I mean? Like who gonna do all that?
Shoot, even our generation, low key, like I feel like we let a lot of that stuff go. I don't know about two of you, but like it is so hard for me to find somebody to come and like do that type of handiwork around my place, like plumbers, electricians, people to just build stuff, carpenters.
I do not know how to change a tire.
All right, this episode is over.
I can't change oil.
You a grown ass man.
I call AAA for everything. I'd be like, yeah, just relax. They coming.
That's funny.
Like,
You don't want to learn. Like, you're not even trying to like.
I feel like I'm paying for the service. So what I'm gonna learn for? Like I had like someone in the past. I don't want to name anyone, but they was like, we got to spare. Like, why don't you just go out there? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Do I look like a mechanic? Why are you talking at me like I should be changing the tire? Don't talk at me. I feel like there's a problem here. Like I'm like, you know who you with. Like we going somewhere. Like don't talk to me like I'm the type of nigga that like just going changing tires too.
But that's points though. Like that gets you points. Like
What
you really
points?
get out.
But
I'm already at the hoop.
so wait, imagine the reverse. Imagine if you went to a girl's place and she told you like, "Yo, I got dinner tonight. Like, I'm making dinner for you. Da da da. I'm treating you to dinner." And then you come over and she's like, "Yo, I'm just waiting on the dinner to be delivered."
It depends
Like,
on
is
where.
it this?
I fuck with that.
Okay,
To
so
be
at
honest,
least
I like takeout.
At least you are hypocritical. It's like, okay, we go both ways. You don't gotta cook. I don't have to learn how to change the tire.
Especially if she ordered too. Ooh.
Mhm.
What? Like we eat. We good over here. Don't worry about us, baby.
In my opinion, I don't know. Like I'm not even a gender roles type of nigga. Like I'm not even one of them type of niggas. But there's some things like we gotta. And I'm not even saying women gotta cook and clean. I'm not even saying men gotta change tires and change oil. But like these are human things that we should all know. Like
Yes,
men should know how to cook. Women
agreed.
should know how to change tires. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So that's my
I
standpoint.
don't know if it was something more drastic that a woman doesn't know how to do. Like I'm gonna say wash clothes or like
That
sweep
shit's so
or
easy.
iron or make some eggs or bacon. Then those are like real basics. Like I know how to do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. Some simple things did bother me. Like if they got no sense of flavor when it comes to making food, or any type of like I don't know what it is. Like
But shoot, she
did
can
you
hit you
not
with the
taste
same
it?
thing. I don't know need to know how to flavor it because I don't need to know how to. We can get the flavor somewhere else. Shoot,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
let's
so,
look at the pre-made packs with the flavoring.
Yeah. So me personally, to answer the question, yeah, I don't mind someone ordering out if they can't cook. Um, yeah, I feel like it's just compromise. That's a good relationship. Understand your strengths and weaknesses.
I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Personally, I don't like it. But I can cook though. So it's like if you can't cook, then what the fuck? What we doing? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I always say they gotta learn though,
mm-hmm. Put them in
because I
boot
know
camp. You can
actually
cook, right?
me personally, I know how to cook. So
Put them in boot camp.
yeah, I'll be like, okay, this is how I like it done.
This is your garlic powder. This is your onion powder. This is your Lowry's. Like all that. You know what I mean? Like you gotta
Yeah,
have it. Mm-hmm.
like we gonna figure it out.
Other than that, I think that's a good note to end on. We've been, chatting for a good amount. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening, man. Oh,
Yes,
actually, no.
yes,
Should we do
yes.
highlights? Let's do highlights. Y'all got anything to highlight this week? Let's start with you, right?
Personally, I would like to highlight this new show that I had seen. It's called Swarm, and Childish Gambino had created it. It looks like it's gonna be a great show. Um, yeah, just knowing that Charles Gambino came off his Atlanta and they finished off that season, and he's going to new projects and stuff like that. I enjoy to see black men winning, so make sure you go check out Swarm. What about you?
Most definitely. Today I want to highlight, man. It's this singer that I really like named Baby Rose. She has one of the most unique voices I ever heard in my life. It's like real deep and raspy, and it's so interesting. Like it's like if Glorilla was a singer, almost. But she
That's a
has this song.
crazy, that's a crazy comparison there. If Glorilla,
Yeah,
like
yeah, it's crazy. It's
she's
crazy.
so she sing like a man.
I won't even say that. She has a feminine voice, but at the same time, is very deep and raspy. So to wrap it up, so I have the song that I really like named "Fight Club" by Baby Rose featuring Georgia and Muldrow. I've been playing that shit a lot. It's good for practicing my bass as well. So it's a real good track. I think I like it though. It's a real good vibe to me. So check that out. So Jermaine, do you have anything to highlight? Movies, music, shows?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I feel like we've actually been in a really good season for music lately. Like the past couple months have been like kind of lackluster for me in terms of music.
Hmm.
Um, but the last few weeks have been really good between Tolliver's new project, the new Masego album. There's a new Tink album that I need to listen to. I've dipped my toes a little bit into the new Creed 3 soundtrack. So I just feel very overwhelmed with how much good music there is out right now, which is actually exciting because I feel like it's been a minute since I felt that way about new music.
Yeah, it's definitely been a little slow this year, but yeah, it's been some heat. I gotta check out that Don Tolliver for sure.
I thought that was weak, the Don Tolliver, me
Ooh,
personally.
For real?
Yeah, we talked
what?
about it before. I actually unfollowed him. I was like, man, like I was just upset when I heard it. I was just real disappointed. But that's just me.
Okay. All right. Well, that's an interesting way to end. All right. Well, this has been the Friends Podcast, and we out. Peace
Yes,
out.
sir. Peace.